Nouns are one of the most important parts of speech. What if nouns didn't exist? We wouldn't have the words to identify people, places, things, or ideas in the world. We wouldn't even know what we are talking about. It's also one of the first things that babies learn. Mom, dad, car, book, dog, cat. Hi everyone, this is Winnie or Miss Tang. Today we are learning to use nouns and noun groups. This is because nouns or noun groups establish who or what the sentence or the clause is about. Including this in your sentences and in your writing makes it a lot more clearer for your reader to understand what or who you are talking about. The success criteria today includes: good is I can recognize nouns. Great is I can write an example of nouns. Amazing is can you recognize noun groups? Can you write an example of noun groups? And fabulous, I can explain the difference between noun and noun groups. And I can teach a peer or someone else how to write an example of nouns and noun groups. As we know, nouns are words or words that represent people, places, things, and ideas. This is an example from a narrative that I have written called Amber and the Browbeating Bully, and this is actually a prequel to the book that my friend and I are writing. Here are some examples of nouns. Person, we have Amber, cheerleader, girl. To represent a place, we have Bubbleville, school hall, and things, for example, cheerleading bow. Noun groups tell us what people or things are being talked about. It is a group of words that provide rich or detailed information about the noun. This can include common nouns, proper nouns, pronouns. They can also include one or more modifiers on either side of the head or the main noun. Here are some examples. So we've got common nouns like boys, girls, proper nouns like Amber and Rufus, and pronouns like they, he, she, her, his, their. Noun groups have modifiers which add more information. For example, they could have determiners, which is a word in front of the noun used to specify or identify the noun that they are modifying. You can have, for example, articles, a qualifier, possessive, or demonstrative. So for example, articles introduce the general or the specific noun. For example, a, an, the. With qualifiers, they tell us how little or how much. So for example, might use words like a little, a bit, a few, many, or no. Possessive shows us who it belongs to. For example, my, yours, his, her, our. And demonstrative refers to the specific noun. For example, that, this, these. Here are some examples. Rufus pulled open the oven door to reveal a tray of cookies. So we have cookies as our main noun, and then a is an article because we're trying to tell us a tray of cookies. And then we also have tray of is also a collective noun. So it classifies the group of this noun. So you can use other collective nouns such as a bowl of cookies, but here we've got a tray of cookies. In noun groups, you can also have a pre-modifier which goes before the noun. For example, you can have numerals, which tells you how many or the number of. You can also have adjectives to make it more descriptive. Here is an example of a pre-modifier. So you can see that originally we had a tray of cookies, but now we have added in pre-modifiers to give some more information. So we have the collective noun, a tray of, and then we have numerals to tell us how many. So a tray of 12, and then we have adjectives to describe these cookies. A tray of 12 crisp golden brown cookies. Yum. So that was an example of a pre-modifier. You can also have a post-modifier as well. Nouns that go after, words that go after the main noun. You can have a prepositional phrase that tells us where or when something is. For example, words like before, beneath, after, within, under, opposite. You can also have subordinate clauses, which is a dependent clause that starts with subordinate conjunctions. For example, words like for, as, since, therefore, due to, provided that, because. Here is an example of a post modifier. Rufus pulled open the oven door to reveal a tray of 12 crisp golden brown cookies, and then after cookies we have put filled with chocolate chips. So now we have included a prepositional phrase afterwards to tell us how and where the chocolate chip cookies are. So we have described the cookies, and then we have also described that they are now filled with, or they are filled with chocolate chips as well. So there you have it. That's how you can include your noun and your noun groups. Now it is your turn. Can you find any nouns or noun groups in the book that you are reading? Can you write sentences with noun and noun groups? Here is my grammar and punctuation playlist right here. See you in my next video. Bye!